Welcome back, brothers and sisters. I am Braden. This is Langley Outdoors, the place where we not only talk about what's going on in the gun world, our beautiful country, and how we're going to fix both of them together. The content that we're going to hit is a new low, even for the media. When you thought they couldn't go below a flabby hunk of whale crap, they have in bashing one of Trump's new nominees in the medical field. This one, you're going to want to watch because even this will surprise you. Everything will be linked into the description box below. Can't wait to hear what you guys think. And of course, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, turn the notification bell on because we have got some freedom to spread from coast to coast and border to border. And we look forward to having you join us in that struggle for freedom. All right, people, listen. What I'm about to show you is made possible by our sponsor, STI. Now, I know a lot of you like to upgrade and modify your own guns. Why not turn it into a career? It's something you genuinely are passionate about. You do it anyway. Why not get some education to actually make it something that could provide you capital? You're talking about SDI. You do everything from the comfort of your own home. Everything is shipped directly to you. You can do ballistics, woodworking, gunsmithing, anything you can imagine, including drones. This is something that could literally change your life. There's a link in the description box below. Just check it out so you know your options. And thank you to SDI for making this content possible. Sonora and Desert Institute is the brand. All right, let's get into this, people, because just when you thought the media couldn't get lower. So do you remember the whole the Surgeon General from under Biden that made gun violence a national emergency and put it on the spotlight? And there was this big, huge, amazing uproar from the anti-gun side saying how it's finally time we address the issue. You know, that whole thing. Well, that Surgeon General getting kind of booted out with Biden, and Trump has a new one coming in. Now, I'm going to read you all her qualifications, but listen to what the media is doing in newly uncovered data. Listen to this. All right, this is part of the freedom fight, people. Anyway, let's keep going. Trump's pick for Surgeon General caused tragic gun accident as child that left dad shot dead. Wow, that sounds really bad. All right, let's go to the next one. This is from the Daily Beast, the leftist little media outlet. Trump's Surgeon General pick accidentally set off gun that killed her father. Well, wait a minute. Did she do the problem that caused the issue, or was it an accident? I don't even know. Well, now, let's jump over to the New York Times, because if you're going to go filth, go grade A filth. All right. How childhood tragedy shaped the doctor Trump picked for Surgeon General. Okay. Listen to some of the things I have highlighted here. Now, keep in mind, this woman is quite literally the perfect example of turning tragedy into a success, turning tragedy of herself and her family into helping others. But that's not good enough. And I'm going to show you a few points here. Guys, this is why we fight so freaking hard on this channel. It was one thing to beat the Democrats and take them out of power. It's a whole nother thing to defeat the media and get the right people in power on the Republican side. Whole different thing. We're here for it. Let me know if you guys are in the comments. Let's get it. Skipping through this, let me hit a few of these points. When President-elect Donald J. Trump announced he would nominate Dr. Jeanette Nesheiwat, I'm not sure if I'm saying that last name correctly, to be the nation's doctor, as the office is sometimes called, he was making an unorthodox pick. Traditionally, remember, traditionally means establishment in government world, the Surgeon General has been selected from an impressive pool of public health officials, bureaucrats, policy experts, bureaucrats, renowned physicians, like Dr. Fauci, or accomplished plague fighters. Okay, let's just move right past that one. But in summation, what they're really saying is they're outside of the system. They have to be inside the system. They have to know the bureaucracy. They have to be a politician and know all these different policy angles and which ones the Democrats like and which ones the Republicans like. Not, hey, I just want to help people get healthy. See how importantly different those things are? They do the same thing in the gun world. Just wait till we get to the gun part of this, because it's coming. All right, again, I'm going to highlight the points that I need to highlight. Everything's linked if you want to read the entire article. As she emerged as a public figure, Dr. Nesheiwat has periodically referenced her father's death and the strength her mother displayed raising her and 4 siblings. To her 80,000 followers on X, she reflected on how her mother would take them to the ocean to cheer them up after dad passed away in an accident. See that with the quotes? See where they're going with this? Wait for it. His death is mentioned in the very first sentence of her memoir, Beyond the Stethoscope, Miracles in Medicine, which will be released this month. Quote, when I was 13 years old, I helplessly watched my dear father dying from an accident as blood was spurting everywhere, she writes. I couldn't save his life. Now, this last little part, from this moment, she writes, she yearned to help others. This was the start of my personal journey to life, become a physician and enter the world of healing arts. So turning a negative accident into a positive to help other people. Yeah, sounds terrible. She's not really good on policies. Shut up. Anyway, let's keep going. This is where it turns really twisted. Nowhere in the next 260 pages does she elaborate on how her father died, and she does not mention that he was shot. So I guess that means she's disqualified, right? Okay, let's keep going. But the Orlando Sentinel, published not far from the small city where the Nishwat family lived, provided further details. Now it's subversion. Now it's sneaky. A small news item published on February 25th, 1990, describes how a 13-year-old girl upended a tackle box, causing a gun to fall out and discharge. A single bullet hit the girl's father, Ben Nishwat, in the head. He was declared dead and following day in the Orlando hospital. A police report obtained by the New York Times contains the account that the 13-year-old Janet gave an officer who responded to a 911 call. I was in father's bedroom at about 7:15 in the morning, getting some scissors, she said, according to the incident report. I opened the fishing tackle box and the whole thing tipped over. Okay, and? A horrible, tragic accident. Again, wait till I show you what's on the other side of this, but the New York Times is making this all about the subversion and how she didn't mention it prior. Would you mention this? If it was ruled as an accident and you were involved in your father's death, you could easily spiral into a negative aspect of life, very, very simply. In fact, you would almost expect that. That's not what this family did. Again, I'm going to show you why this family is like the quintessential American pull out of a tragedy story. But anyway, let's keep going because, again, the New York Times angle here is, oh my goodness, the subversion. She didn't say it in her memoir. Let's keep going. Watch this. The current Surgeon General, Dr. Vivek Murthy, this is where the gun stuff comes in, has treated firearm deaths as an urgent public health crisis, issuing an advisory on firearm violence in July. Each year, some 500 Americans die in unintentional shootings, which make up about 1% of the total firearm deaths in the country. Yeah, that's true. That's because they're called accidents. 500 per year. But notice how the New York Times and the left is starting to do this little twist of, well, yeah, but the current Surgeon General made gun violence a national conversation. Did it? Well, too bad he's gone for them, not for us. It remains to be seen whether Dr. Nishwat will address gun safety as a Surgeon General should she be confirmed by the Senate, or if she will discuss her childhood tragedy to illustrate the point. The Surgeon General may have limited control over health policy, but is responsible for communicating key health information to the public. You see how they're doing this? These are our opponents. They frame a 13-year-old girl's involvement in an accident. She addresses the horrible tragedy of her father's untimely accidental death. Doesn't say she did it personally in her memoir, but there's open record about it. And now all of a sudden, what is she hiding? After all, the new Surgeon General is openly attacking the gun violence epidemic. But will she do the same thing, knowing her past? These people are so disgusting. Oh, that's the only way I can say it. But anyway, this is the part where I throw full support behind this individual because she comes out of tragedy and her whole family recovers. This is the type of people with the type of mettle we need in our government, not these political, feckless bureaucrats. Listen to this. Dr. Nishwat attributes their remarkable success to the iron will and encouragement of their mother. Hayat Nishwat, a pediatric nurse who took on extra shifts at the hospital after her husband's death to make ends meet. Jeanette, who was the second oldest, started working at a fast food restaurant when she was 16 to help out. Yep, done, check, sold. She becomes a national doctor in New York City. She gets on Fox News as a medical contributor. She pulls out of this accident. She becomes a doctor, becomes Surgeon General of the United States, and the media's only thing is, well, she didn't tell us how her father's accidental death occurred, and she's probably something negative about it. Job at 16 years old to help her mother, who's taking extra shifts to care for her siblings and her family. Yeah, I'm down. I'm down with this individual. I think there's some more stuff I highlighted down here. I'm not 100%. No, I didn't. So let me get back to this. The fights that we have to fight on this stuff, guys. Yes, it's absolutely 2A involved, but everything that we're fighting around with the nominations, with everything that we have to go through with the media and the Democrats and how they're basically navigating to undermine everything that we're fighting for, this is why we cover these things, because they're going to do the exact same tricks across the ATF director. They're going to do the exact same tricks against the Merrick Garland, the Attorney General. All of these things they're going to try. But we have to fight this kind of crap with this type of video because this is literally a tragedy to success story against all odds. And all the media can say is, well, when she was 13, she was involved in the accident. But how's she going to be on gun violence? Line up, receive thy slap, and get back in line, New York Times. And that's what I've got for you guys. Let me know what you think. See you on the next one.